An environment that Biowetsky knows all too well. Just double checks everything with our referee, Charlie Kilsefy. The right play there to leave him on 8 after 15, and Atkinson all the way back on 172. And so it looks like it's going to be set fair for a hold for the pole in the opening leg.
One of the greatest things you see from our viewpoint.
41. Sebastian requires 16.
When they play their 15 matches in Group A and potentially beyond that. Biowetsky can still see some of that.
No score.
But not enough.
Adam, you require 131.
Real positive there, Henry. Good grouping, but it didn't get him anything.
Atkinson 1-3-1 for the opening leg. Went down for the 17s. And so Biowetsky will be back for another turn at the 8.
55. Sebastian, you require 16.
It's all about getting that ring rust out of the way with the settle down, the simmer down. But he can't get any closer without hitting.
On the first
and if at first you don't succeed, you try again, and then you hope that in the end that those efforts bear fruit. They do for Biowetsky. He leads 1-0.
Second.
He can just plot his route, or even hit it if he wants.
109.
Here's me thinking he's going to plot this perfectly, and he's actually made things a little bit more awkward for himself than he possibly thought he could.
Either that or he's a fan of 9-8.
He's not Johnny Clayton. Nobody clears up 25 better than Johnny.
59.
Might even get a point
Sebastian, you require 25.
He hits this. So for 3-0 lead, Sebastian Biowetsky is going to get 2 in his hand at 8. Yeah, troubles on this in the first leg. Not so much so in the third.
Sebastian Biowetsky.
And you have to say, it has been quite comfortable running so far for Sebastian Biowetsky. But it may be the pole who picks up the points. It's a dart at tops of Biowetsky, and it drags just underneath. He's missed 2 darts at that target now to get the game won. But he is going to come back for more with Atkinson back on 297.
We've got 4 different countries through to Champions Week already.
63.
England.
Sebastian, you require 20.
Biowetsky would love to be the 5th country represented. One more shot at 10s to get it done on this occasion. And this time he does have to move.
He adjusts.
No score.
But as you can see, those first 2 darts got in the way, and the third clattered out the board as a consequence. And so that makes it 5 mismatched darts for the pole. He's going to come back for more. In truth, he's had the luxury of time. But time waits for no man.
64. Sebastian, you require 20.
Fair play to Adam for leaving the 170.
Game,
but unfortunately, he does lose
Sebastian
his first game of the group. And he does have a bit of work to do before he comes back in game 4 when he will take on Thomas Younghand. But it seems like Thomas has settled a little bit easier than Stefan.
Bullseye, is he going to go for it or is he going to set up?
124.
Made the diplomatic play. I tell you what, that would have been some way to have kicked off your Super Series career. 12 darts at 164 first leg. Thank you very much, chaps. I'm here to play.
No fans here, of course.
60.
So no boos in missing that bullseye or being reluctant to go for it. It was the right thing to do.
On the first leg.
And
Thomas Younghands.
When it comes to Thomas Younghands, this is not an accident. He has got.
But he might find himself on a slippery slope in his opening game against Younghands. May well be 6 and 144 unless Belmont can take out the spectacular 160.
60. Stefan, you require 160.
One of those few finishes on the board you can only go one way for. Not that way. And so, Younghands, 84.
60.
To establish a 2-1 lead.
84.
Well, and for the bullseye. And so the 25 means that he can lay up tops, finds tops, and leads 2-1. Bona fide champions everywhere you look. And so whoever's going to join the cast over the next 6 weeks or so are going to join a very elite list of names. Belmont's making a kick here.
180.
Yes, he is. Both players on a number that required a maximum to leave a double. And Belmont gets first crack. He leaves the double. Thomas is not going to.
83. Stefan, you require 16.
He's had the impetus in this game up until this point.
Game shot on the
doubles of
fifth
that
leg.
height
Stefan
have
Belmont.
been the key to success because double 10 is at the same height as double 8. I'm not sure how much there is in the way of bragging rights for this contest going into their second and third battles over the next couple of days, but when two players are from the same country,
140.
they might have a little bit of a look in their eye if they get one over on them on a Monday and say, I'll get you back on Tuesday. Let's see if we can have a little mini
32.
battle with each other over the next
Thomas,
3
you
days.
require 87.
You want to be the top of the tree from your country for the week. Early indications of a little bit of game anxiety here. It looks like TJ
47.
might win it.
Well, he's had to survive the Stefan storm, and he may have done just exactly that. Bowman has regressed in the final leg, but it looked as if he was making a push. But Thomas Younghands, akin to a Swiss watch, has timed things to perfection and tops is what he wants to get over the line. And
Game,
still a
shots,
4-3
and the
success.
match.
Thomas was on time. Thomas was on point. And he is the Swiss that is on a roll here at the Super Series.
Because all of your energy's into one match when you play county. When you come here, you've got to peak 5 times.
131.
Good darts being thrown
And he
in this
requires
second leg.
62.
Bolton could take that break of throw that he craves if he finds double 16 once again.
30. Tommy, you require 40.
And so Lehmann to get on the board.
Game
And
shot
on
on
the
the
board
second
he is.
leg.
First time of
Tommy
asking.
Lehmann.
He's into the week. He levels up at 1 apiece. Oh, Bolton finds himself in a very good vantage point in terms of this leg. 69 remaining.
The lesser known route.
83.
The lesser used treble 11. That's the luxury you get when your opponent's on 352. You can pick whatever you want.
102. And you require 46.
He still has that luxury here. Double 16 again.
Game shot on
That's
the
a bit
fifth
sharper.
leg. Andy Bolton.
Because visit 4, people tend to go for the bullseye with the last dart if they do that. Told you.
130.
He's ruined it.
He'll just do a 14 instead. Forget the 15.
I'm sure Bobby George got a 5-ton game in the news of the world about
58. And he requires
45 years
71.
ago. 71 will give him his first 2 points in the campaign.
Game shot.
That's very,
and the
very
match.
crisp.
Andy Bolton.
Just when he needed a little bit of sharpness, he does hold for a 4th consecutive time. So many good players in Central Europe who could come here and do damage. We haven't even talked about some of the players that might grace the PDC Europe Super League later in the year.
100.
There are so many German players who would do well here. And Thomas has played against them all.
And it has to be said, to a large degree of success as well. He leads 104 after 12, and Atkinson looking to set up. And set up with a plum is what he's going to do.
Thomas, you
Leaving
require
himself on tops after
104.
12, and so Younghands has to take out this 104 just to hold throw and to open up a 2-0 lead. Went the 16s route first, and so that leaves him a dart at tops.
Game shot on the
and he
second
finds
leg.
it with a plum.
Thomas Younghands.
The top of the board has been such a friend for Thomas Younghands, and he opens up a 2-0 lead and pull another one back to make it 3-2. And suddenly we may be talking about the possibility of an unlikely comeback, but he's got to find a way over
I
here.
don't like this play, Henry. I think you should go 51 here. He's blocked the 57 because he wants to lead double 16, but he's got 89. He could go treble 17, double 19 there with 2 open beds.
56.
Just widen
Thomas,
the
you
net a little
require
bit.
45.
Younghands might be widening his advantage.
Game,
Widening what has
shots,
been a
and the
fantastic
match.
debut
Thomas
day so
Younghands.
far. A 4-1 win against Adam Atkinson means he's the first player onto 4 points.
Got one. So what does he have? Freedom to play elsewhere.
the freedom to perform. But he's not going to take out the 152. But he's going to do the next best task
Tommy
of leaving double 12. And so
135.
Lehmann has to take out this 135. Otherwise, the break in the first leg will be backed up by a hold in the second. How much can he see of that Bullseye? He shuffles across.
87.
And it deflects
Sebastian,
off the barrel of the first
24.
start. And so Biowetsky is back for 12s.
Game shot on the second leg. Sebastian Biowetsky.
It is elite. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. If you want to find a throw to mimic today, to improve your own follow-through, look at Biowetsky. It is just picture perfect, that follow-through.
140. Sebastian, you require 81.
He might be following up here with a 4-0 win against Tommy Lehmann. He could do it with an 11 if he can find double 12 here. What a performance.
Sebastian
Biowetsky bolts into life at the Super Series. A 4-0 success against Tommy Lehmann.
161.
In Swiss PDC rankings. And Bolton second. Thomas Younghands was behind those two individuals, meaning he did not get a nod at the World Cup. That's
137. And you require 161.
Bolton 161 to get his game off to the perfect start. The ball
136.
not far away, but far enough away for
Stefan,
Belmont to come back
24.
for these 12s.
Almost Bully's going to get you instead of Belly.
Game shot
Belly
on the
gets the first leg in 13.
Stefan Belmont.
164 for 2-1 in the break. Not going to happen this time. So Belmont is going to get a go on the 150.
100. Stefan, you
may have to
require
take
150.
It's on. It's still on.
Game
What
shot
a
on the
finish
third
from
leg.
Belmont.
Stefan Belmont.
Immovable. But Andy Bolton's an immovable object in this game. The Bullseye for 164.
139.
And he wasn't far away. He grazes the wire. It
Stefan,
kisses
requires
the
62.
ring between the 25 and the bull.
He is getting closer, and he's starting to count the missed bullseyes. This would hurt Bolton.
Game
He's only
shot
gone
on
and
the fifth
done it.
leg. Stefan
Every
Belmont.
single time he gets a chance, he takes it.
Threatening the record average for a long time in this game. His only concern was about winning the match, and now he has to wait in the background and hope that there is a slip from
58.
Stefan, as
Stefan,
Belmont
you
wants
require
56 to win what
56.
has been a truly epic encounter here at the Live Lounge. 2 at tops. Now double 10. 1 left in hand.
36.
It doesn't go. And Bolton breathes
And
again.
you require 109.
He comes back for 109 to finish the job off. He's going to get 1 at double 16. He only needs the 1 at double 16.
Andy
Bolton wins a brilliant encounter here at the Super Series.
Require 109.
He comes back for 109 to finish the job off. He's going to get 1 at double 16. He only needs the 1 at double 16. Andy Bolton wins a brilliant encounter here at the Super Series.
I want 2 more without reply. It's a very different mindset. And this is what Adam can find out about himself in this third round of matches here. By getting the lead, he will think, I want to win this one. Not just by 4 legs to 3. I want to win it big.
But the issue he's got is no sooner has he been in front, is he going to get pegged back by Lehmann, who has left double 12 after 12. It's a much improved leg than the one that he offered in the first. That's a nice guide.
Game shot
The second one finds its way in. It's
Tommy
a 14
Lehmann.
darter. It's 1 apiece, and that will settle down Tommy Lehmann. Have a look at things here from above the stage.
Look at that lovely follow through, following the line.
180.
Great timing.
We'll do that more often. Well, he had a 14 in the previous leg. He
105.
could be on for another
Tommy
here
requires
if he can
76.
find 76. And it would be for the break. 15 will do if he can pin the tops.
Game
With a
shot on the
prong,
third leg.
2-1 Tommy
Lehmann.
In fact, there's a very large tradition of having a dip on New Year's morning.
180.
But it's Tommy who dips in the hot stuff to leave himself in position to win this one, to confine Adam to a third straight defeat.
To get him over the line and to seal his
44.
first
Tommy, you
ever win
require 88.
at the Super Series. He's got 6 from 88. He may only need the 2 as he
Game
nails
shot
double
and the
14
match.
for
Tommy
an 11
Lehmann.
dart leg to finish off proceedings. Well, this is potentially day 1 of 6, and so you don't really want to use up more petrol, mental petrol than you need, as Thomas Younghans stares down the double 4 for a 2-0 lead.
72.
It moves inside. And so Bolton once
And
again
you
gets an
require
opportunity to
88.
pinch a leg. He's been behind in the scoring phase. 2 at double 14. When it's come to these types of pop combinations, it's usually
60.
when Bolton's won the legs. But how many times has he grazed
Thomas
wires
require
today?
4.
But is he going to get another opportunity like he has done all day? Or is Younghands going to punish to the hilt? Double 2, ironically, has been Bolton's best double today.
No score.
And it becomes a friend in another circumstance.
And you require 28. Game shot on the
That
second
was Andy
leg.
Bolton's
Andy
36th
Bolton.
dart at a double today. And that dart was not bulletproof.
54.
That's funny. He's actually left it.
Thomas, you
With a
require
third dart,
138.
I'll tell you what won't be funny if Younghands takes out the 138.
He's not going to. And you have to applaud X Factor for the way he was able to respond
82.
when 2 darts hit the
And you
floor.
require 32.
Job
Game
done for
shot
Bolton.
and the
It was a
match.
tidier
Andy
doubling
Bolton.
display and a really tidy average of, you guessed it, around 90 as well. World record holder, Swedish pole vaulter. He's miraculous.
140.
He's almost as big as superstars Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the Norwegian distance runner.
Someone help me.
137. Sebastian, you require
Certain
112.
other countries being good at sports. I mean, Polish dart players right now, there's plenty of good ones. But I suppose they all want to be
Game
as
shot on the
famous
first leg.
as a
Sebastian
certain
Biowetsky.
world record holder, Swedish pole vaulter. He's miraculous.
140.
He's almost as big as superstars Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the Norwegian distance runner.
Someone help me.
137. Sebastian, you require
Certain
112.
other countries being good at sports. I mean, Polish dart players right now, there's plenty of good ones. But I suppose they all want to be
Game
as
shot on the
famous
first leg.
as a
Sebastian
certain
Biowetsky. 47.
And they would change the frame of the game, but it's not going to happen this time. And so Belmont back for 60, and he's had to fight back well here.
97.
He's survived
Stefan,
the
you require
Sebastian
60.
surge, and he may find himself back on level terms if he can convert tops here. He's got 2 in hand. He's going to need the 2,
40.
but it goes awry. And the
Sebastian
break chance is
require
on for
50.
Biowetsky.
double 16. Had problems on double 8 earlier this
34.
morning, and it happens again on the outside.
Stefan, you require 20. Game shot on the fourth leg.
He survives, and
Stefan
it's now level at
Belmont.
2-2. Wins this match, the only person without points after 3 rounds would be Adam Atkinson. And it's bullseye time.
140. Sebastian, you
Good
require
line, but he couldn't quite
142.
pitch it with the length. And Biowetsky can't pinch this leg with a 142, and so Belmont's going to come back double
54.
15 to get the job done, to pick
Stefan
up his first
required
points, which,
30.
when you consider the performances he's put in today, will be well warranted. But he is split for the double 8 to get over the line, to seal a first win
Game,
of the
shots,
day.
and the match,
Stefan Belmont is finally in the winner's enclosure. Perhaps well warranted for the performances he's put in today.
Much required 136.
Well, there's no situational pressure here on Younghands 136. He's got 6 on this particular juncture.
100.
Ton on the nose, leads himself double 18 after 12, and it's a much improved leg from the Swiss after a couple of struggles in the first leg, it has to be said.
58. Thomas should require 36.
We're approaching that time of day where if you don't stick to your game plan and your rhythm,
Game shot on the second leg.
things might start
Thomas
to falter.
Younghands.
And effectively, the second one clattered into the side of the first, and that's where it came crashing out of the board. But have a look at that lie when the dart enters the board
95.
perfectly. It stands up, pinpoint to perfection.
and if you get a look at the flights that Thomas is using today,
93.
Younghands that is,
Thomas should require 146.
these are actually the spec flights that Peter Wright used when he won his first world title. Glorious.
Game shot on the
Wonderful
fourth
from
leg.
Younghands.
Thomas
A
Younghands.
little bit of extra proof as to how good he can be.
So,
Tommy,
Lehmann
you
gets
require
his go.
104.
He wants a ton topper himself to get it done. Goes a 16 to 8. Can he? He lays up for double 14
76.
after going for the treble 20. We all expected him to
Thomas
stay
should
at the
require
16's bed.
68.
This game has been weird, statistically. Lehmann, the lesser average by 15 points. He's had more darts at double and missed more. Younghands has been the better player. And he
Game,
does win the
shots,
match.
And the match.
So maybe not as
Thomas
weird as we actually
Younghands.
thought. Younghands does go to 6 points, and he still has one more match to play.
And you require 78.
It's important to debrief with yourself later and figure out, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? And if it's something wrong, try to find a solution.
66. Adam, you require 160.
This would be most welcome.
He could do this more for a little bit of confidence than anything else. It's not going to happen this time, and so Belmont comes back for double 6 for 2-0 lead.
121. Stefan, you
At
require
least left
12.
it handy if this is missed.
You miss this, miss it high and right.
Game shot on the second leg.
Indeed, just don't miss it
Stefan
at all.
Belmont.
Well heated, Stefan. That lie is pretty delicious. Just caught the flight first and took it off line.
40.
Nothing seems to be clicking
Stefan, you require 16.
the way you would associate things with Adam.
Game
His
shot on the
grouping
third
is not
leg.
up to scratch.
Stefan Belmont.
And as a result, he does not get a shot at the ball, and Belmont takes the lead by 3 legs to
Fourth
nil,
leg, it's
not
Adam to
having
throw
to play
first.
at his
Game
optimum
on.
best.
And he's going to get a go.
The Nina.
45.
99 Red
Adam, you
Balloons,
require
famous track.
99.
Ah,
Number 1 in 1983. It stopped Duran's Hungry Like the Wolf to become UK number 1.
you know way too much about stuff like that. Well, is Adam going to get the Nina? Double 16.
83.
And as far as the Nina's concerned, he gets
Stefan, you require
nana.
104.
104 for Belmont to win the match. Will he go with his beloved 16s? Yes is the answer. And so it's going to be a dart at tots of Belmont to pick the points
Game,
up.
shots,
And he does
and the
so with a
match.
104
Stefan
ton
Belmont.
topper. And Stefan Belmont doubles up his points tally.
I remember I was in the bedroom above the bar. You cost me some sleep.
Cost some others ear holes.
80.
Well, the scoring power in this game has been something quite admirable. For Andy Bolton, 3 tons, a ton 40 and a max, leaves him on
Sebastian
tops after 12 again. He's
120.
averaging just a shade under 107 as Biowetsky looks to climb the ladder towards the top rung. It's
Game
leg
shot
one
on the
for
second
Biowetsky
leg.
with
Sebastian
a 120
Biowetsky.
outshot.
You require
Not at all.
160.
Hits this, it will be a 3-figure average. And it's on. He went for the open bit.
140. Sebastian, you
When
require
you miss that
78.
second dart and you hit it with dart 3, it angers you because you feel like you should have had a shot.
Biowetski's going to get a
Game
go
shot
at
on the
tops.
fifth leg.
He's not getting many
Sebastian
opportunities.
Here is that opportunity.
55.
He wanted it done and dusted.
Sebastian, you require
It's neither.
16.
How much of that can he see? I think going over the top is the right play here. Oh, that's a very fortunate dart. That could have easily gone into the single 16.
12.
Flummoxed. I don't know what that is in Polish, by the way.
And you require 20.
But I know what congratulations is.
Game,
It's
shot,
gratulacja
and the match.
For Andy
Bolton.
He wins by 4 legs to 2, and he's now on 8 points at the top of the table. Seen some great winners so far.
134.
Luke Littler. Raymond Smith and Conan Whitehead. England and Australia having it all their own way.
100. Tommy, you
darts.
require 88.
Bullseye? Yes, it is.
Game
And that's the
shot on
second time he's hit the
leg.
bullseye in this
Tommy
match because he had a
Lehmann.
belter of a bullseye earlier in the leg.
To be fair, I did exactly the same, but then I never hit any.
Yet.
171.
Beautiful 171 from Tommy. Couldn't have set that up any better.
He's left himself double 18 after 12 to level proceedings up at 2 apiece.
140.
He's averaging here in
Tommy
excess of
required
101.
36.
He is putting in his best performance in his last game of the day.
Getting closer.
Game shot on the fourth
Close enough.
leg. Tommy Lehmann.
He did have a 96 average against Adam Atkinson in Game 7. That's the Keegan Brown route for 152. 257s and
43.
38.
Stefan, you required 32.
This guy can count. That's the proof of it. But is he losing this game?
16.
He might be leading in a second.
Tommy, you
And
require
if he takes this
109.
109, he could serve it out in the next leg.
The complexion of this game could completely hinge and swing based on these next couple of darts because he's going to get one at double 18
Game shot
for
on the fifth
109 to
leg.
break the throw.
Tommy
Stefan
Lehmann.
Belmont, who had the opportunity himself to open up a 3-2 lead, had seen that chance
Sixth leg. It's
come
Tommy
and
to
go.
throw.
The lead is intact. 6 darts from 201. He could complete it in as little as 4. He could still complete it in
121.
5.
And Bowman is making a kick for the line in this decider. He wants to finish his day
134. Stefan, you
5
require
matches.
80.
Should at the very least get a dart at tops. That's what he's looking at now. Top of the board for 6 points on the
Game,
day.
shot,
And that is
and the
exactly
match.
what Stefan Belmont's going to get
Belmont.
from his first day's exploits here at the Super Series.
Should require 93.
To level proceedings up, he's got 6 of 93, Thomas Younghands. And he is
53.
going to lay up for tops upon his return. Biowetsky can only conjure up pressure. And you mentioned that his best performances come 2 and 3.
59.
And sometimes he bookends the day, maybe not in vintage fashion. It's been Okay start, but Younghands for one apiece.
Game shot on the
Finds
second
double
leg.
10.
Thomas
And the
Younghands.
reason it's a case of
Thomas, you
darting
require
101 here for
101.
Thomas Younghands. It's a B for the break, and it mean that Biowetsky have no room for manoeuvre. But it's not going to go, and Biowetsky is going to get his chance on 68 to move within a leg,
Sebastian, you require
putting himself
68.
onto 6 points for the day.
Gets one dart at double 16.
Game shot on
And
the
this
fifth
time he
leg.
finds the target.
Sebastian Biowetsky.
If he'd found that double a bit more regularly today,
Biowetsky was looking for the fish to finish.
84.
I don't think he'll be happy with that. When you've got that first 60 in there, you want to leave 65 at worst.
135.
Now he's got to work hard
Sebastian,
just to
you
get the win.
require 86.
But nothing has come easy for Biowetsky today in the latter half of the session. It's going to be a dart of the bullseye for a 4-2 win.
61.
And so Younghands comes back
Thomas, you
to
require
66.
66.
He needs to get his kicks, otherwise his day may well be over. 218s.
Game shot on the sixth leg. Thomas
Lo and behold,
Younghands.
we're going all the way. The advantage to the Swiss in this last leg decided, this pivotal leg, which will swing the trajectory of this group either one way or t'other. But have a look at this. For a response of Biowetsky when his
180.
back
Thomas,
was
you require
fully against the wall.
147.
Just imagine if he can take 244 in 5 or 6
89.
to finish the day.
Sebastian, you require 64.
Let's find out.
48.
Another couple of misses on double 8. The one
Thomas,
double
you
today that
require
he's missed more than any
58.
other.
To end a great day on 8. Younghands wants tops.
18.
But he can't find it. Biowetsky comes back for 8s.
Sebastian,
Will
you
it be
require
great for him?
16.
Can he put it right?
Game,
Yes, he can.
shots, and the match.
You can see that he's
Sebastian
exhausted.
Biowetsky.
I don't blame him. 6 points for the day.
This man, you're going to have to throw everything and more.
We looked at the all-time stats for Andy Bolton when he was here last. And he was over 93 for the average for the week.
168.
You might think that that was a great week. And he's not going to do that again. Well, for today, it's 92 and change. It's really good. It's of the same sort of vein.
90.
But you've got to
Adam,
give
you
Adam
require
credit.
16.
This first leg is drawing a line in the sand as if to say, I refuse to leave without a victory. Getting harder.
Game
Oh,
shot
that's a
on the
great
first
dart.
leg. Adam Atkinson.
Superb find.
Adam, you require
He could walk on track.
131.
I'll give him that. 131 for 3-0. And he's looking at the 17s first. Everything seems to be clicking for him. And that's a lovely lead.
91. And you require 140.
And suddenly Bolton is on the back foot. He's finding himself on the ropes. He needs a treble here.
60. Adam,
So
you require
Atkinson for
40.
3-0 against the odds.
There's no Phil Collins. But he might be 3-0 up. Double 10.
Game
Yeah,
shot
it's
on the
very
third
good.
leg.
I know it's
Adam
only 21
Atkinson.
darts, but
3-4 start for Atkinson in the fourth. And this would be a turn up for the form books. But never rule out this
177.
Just seems to be something about him in this format, Andy Bolton. Players that just irk the sort of consistency that he ladles.
140.
They're the ones that have the biggest success in this format. Look at the likes of Jim McEwen. Look at the likes of Matt Clark.
135.
And once again, it's another 2 treble visit. In fact, in this leg, 2 triple visit, 3 triple visit, 2 triple visit has left him on 64 after 9 to pull a leg back.
100. And he requires 64.
For 111, potentially, if he can get it done in 2, it's tops. It
Game
is
shot
an
on the
11.
fourth leg.
And
Andy
Bolton is still in the mix. Needs a treble here. Will he go double-double? He went for the treble 20 to leave double 8. And so
56.
Atkinson now, at the very
And he
worst,
requires 70.
should get a dart to win it. To beat Bolton. And to keep things very interesting in the group. 1 dart in his hand at tops.
50.
Dragged below. And Bolton from 3-0
And he
down
requires 40.
has the opportunity now at tops to send us all the way. Can he just flick it
Game
underneath?
shot on
Yes
the
is
sixth
the
leg.
answer.
Andy Bolton.
A match which is his to lose.
147.
That from here he should not lose. And so, to come back from 3-0 down and to finish off with a
57.
13 dart leg.
And he required 36.
It has been a brilliant comeback from Bolton. Double 9. He is split for double 8.
Game
And
shots.
Andy
the
Bolton
match.
has the
Andy
X Factor.
Bolton.
And he is top of the charts.